Welcome to the Kirklees College Masterclass. My name is Gary Schofield. I'm Curriculum Area Manager for Hospitality and Catering, and today we are going to fillet a round white fish. This is a sea bass. Okay, it's a round white fish. What we're going to do is remove the fins, remove the fillets, pin bone the fillets. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that now. This fish has already been scaled and has had the insides removed. The equipment we're going to need today is a blue chopping board. It's very important that, so we don't have any issues with cross-contamination. We have a filleting knife with a flexible blade so we can cut around the bones easily. Small office knife in case we need to do fine work, and our steel to keep the edge on our knife. I have a tray here to put our fillets on when we're done. Okay, so the quality points we look for in a fresh fish: we look to make sure that the eyes aren't glazed. We look to make sure that the flesh is nice and firm. The fish is a good colour, there's a shine to the fish. There isn't any bad aromas coming from the fish. Okay? Those are the points we look for. This is a nice fresh fish. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the fin. So we take a pair of scissors, remove the fins from either side. Your scissors need to be a good sturdy pair of scissors. The scissors from your mum's sewing box aren't going to cut it. No pun intended. So we've removed all the fins, back the two ones down here. This aids us when we're filleting and removing the flesh from the bones. Next, we're going to make an incision at the side of the head, all the way down to where the fin was, making a cut. So with a sharp knife or sharp filleting knife, cut around. Do not cut through the bones. That's a very important part. And we'll turn the fish over and do exactly the same on the other side. We're going to make an incision in the backbone, and I'll turn the fish around so you can see what I'm about to do. So down the back, make an incision and use the flat of the knife, okay, just onto the backbone, and let the knife work its way down the back of the fish. Okay? It's very important that at this point you do not make large slashing cuts, because the fish is delicate, the flesh is delicate, and we are just wanting to remove the flesh from the bones. The issue with fresh fish and doing it this way is there is a lot of waste with the fish. Around about 50% is waste. This is why we make stock with the bones. So as you can see, I am cutting down the fillet like so. We're removing the flesh. Now at this point we've got the rib cage. So we're going to go around the rib cage. You can cut through the rib cage, but you then have to remove the bones afterwards. If you can remove the bones all in one go, that's beneficial and saves you time. Okay, so there we have our first fillet. I should put it on the tray. Second fillet is slightly more tricky because we've removed this and we don't have the stable base. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same again. We're going to go down the backbone, making small incisions, not massive cuts, because again we don't want to have a ribbon effect, all cut through, all slashes through the fish. As I said, this side is slightly more tricky because we don't have the stability of the other fillet underneath. We've got our bones, which we'll save for stock. When we're making stock, classically, you would remove the eyes. I know that's a bit gross, but you'd remove the eyes because what they would do is when they go into the water, they would explode and you get a black colour in your stock, and it would make it all, it wouldn't be nice, it wouldn't be pleasant. You also remove the gills here. This is also another quality point. We look for nice, good, fresh red coloured gills in fish. These aren't too bad. So once we've got this first phase out of the way, the next part is to clean up. That's exceptionally important for us to avoid any cross-contamination. We've got sanitizer here. Hygiene is exceptionally important. I also have down here a waste bowl which I'm putting my waste in. And we'll just have a little clean around. This sanitizer is food safe. And once we've used the knife, take our steel and just put an edge back on the knife. That's how you keep your knife sharp. So next what we're going to do is we are going to trim our fillets up. Okay, we'll do this one. We have the bones from the rib cage here, some of them. So what I'm going to do is use the filleting knife, which has a flexible blade, and I'm going to take the flat of the knife and just slide underneath the bones to remove those. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to just trim around the fish and just neaten it up. We'll take a little bit of the belly off here because that's not the nicest part of the fish. Trim up here where the fins have been, and down where the backbone was. All it does is it increases the aesthetic of the fish. We're going to remove these pin bones. Now you can remove those with tweezers, okay, or a pair of pliers depending on the size of the fish, because salmon do get rather large. But what we're going to do is a cut called J cut. So all I'm going to do is remove those with the knife, slip down like so, and just remove the little line of pin bones. Finally, what we're going to do is we're going to skin the fish. You may wish to do this, you may wish to leave the skin on. We're going to take our fillet, okay, and starting at the tail end, we're going to just make a slight incision in through the flesh, just down to the skin. Okay, you can see that there. I'm then going to cut a little bit further down, so that we've got something to hold on to, the piece of the skin to hold on to. And then with your filleting knife, use this part of the knife, not the tip end, because it will you'll tear the fish. We're going to wiggle the skin and slide the knife down through the flesh. And we remove all the flesh from the skin, and as you can see, there's our skinned fillet. Again, we'll keep the skin for stock. And there we have our finished fillet, J-cut, so there's no pin bones in there, nice and ready to eat. So to sum up, we've got two prepared fillets of sea bass. One has skin and the other has been skinned. Good luck in your exams, and I hope all goes well.